Betrayal isn't just a wound. It's a slow poison that eats away at your soul, especially when it comes from the two people you trusted the most. I never thought I would be the guy telling a story like this. After all, I had built what I thought was a perfect life. A loving wife, a best friend who was like a brother, and a future that felt secure. But all of that changed in a single night. I walked into a room expecting nothing out of the ordinary, only to find my wife in bed with my best friend. The rage, the heartbreak, the sheer disbelief, it all hit me at once. But instead of losing my temper, I made a decision that would change everything. I didn't yell. I didn't fight. I simply cut her off financially. And what happened next? She never saw it coming. This is my story, a story of betrayal, consequences, and the ultimate revenge. Before I dive in, I invite you to subscribe to this channel. We share real-life stories that uncover the raw truths about love, betrayal, and the life lessons that come from the hardest moments. If you love gripping, emotional stories that make you think, hit the subscribe button now. Now let's begin. I'm James, 35 years old, and up until recently, I thought I had it all figured out. I worked hard and built a successful real estate business, allowing my wife, Sophia, to live comfortably. She didn't have to work. I wanted to give her a life where she never had to worry about money. We lived in a beautiful house, drove nice cars, and took vacations every few months. And Eric? He wasn't just my best friend. He was like a brother. We had been through everything together since college. We built our careers side by side, celebrated our wins together, and had each other's backs through the toughest times. If you had told me a year ago that these two people would betray me in the worst way possible, I would have laughed in your face. But looking back, the signs were always there. At first it was subtle. Sophia's sudden obsession with fitness. She was never into working out, but overnight, she started hitting the gym every day. When I asked why, she brushed it off. She started dressing differently. More effort in her appearance, more time getting ready, more revealing outfits. Even when she was just going to grab coffee. Her phone became her best friend. Late night texting, hiding her screen, and getting defensive when I asked who she was talking to. Frequent girls' nights and weekend getaways. Always with friends she never mentioned before. And then there was Eric. He started spending more time at our house when I wasn't around. He and Sophia started joking around more. There were little glances, moments that felt wrong. I wanted to believe it was nothing. I trusted them. But one night that trust was shattered. It was a Friday night. Sophia told me she was going out with her friends. But something felt different, so I did something I had never done before. I waited. At 10 p.m. I texted her, "How's girls' night?" No response. At 11 p.m. I called her. No answer. By midnight, I had a gut feeling so strong that I couldn't ignore it. I decided to check Eric's apartment. When I pulled up, my stomach dropped. Sophia's car was parked outside. My hands were shaking as I walked to the door. I knocked. No answer. I tried the handle. It was unlocked. I stepped inside, my heart pounding. And then I saw them. Sophia, Eric, in bed, together. She gasped, scrambling to cover herself. Eric sat there frozen, his face drained of color. "James!" I didn't let them speak. I didn't yell. I didn't even react the way they probably expected me to. I just looked at them both and said, "We're done. And Sophia, you're cut off." Then I walked away. The next morning I called my lawyer. I froze all our joint accounts. I removed her name from every asset. I filed for divorce immediately. Sophia had never worked a day in her life. She depended entirely on me. She never paid a single bill. She never had to worry about money. But now she had nothing. At first she played it cool. She stayed with Eric, thinking they'd be fine. But then reality hit her. Eric wasn't rich. Eric wasn't going to provide for her like I did. Eric wasn't the dream guy she thought he was. Within 2 months, their relationship fell apart. Sophia called me, begging to talk. I ignored her. Then she started sending long emails about how she made a mistake. I never responded. As for Eric, his life crumbled too. He lost me as a best friend. He lost business opportunities because of me. He lost his own girlfriend, who found out what he did. And the best part? His reputation was ruined. People started finding out what he had done. He became the guy who betrayed his best friend. His own actions destroyed him. And me? I walked away with my head held high. Now, months later, I am in the best place I've ever been. I focused on myself, my business, and my happiness. I started working out, traveling, and meeting new people. I learned my worth. Sophia thought she could cheat and walk away untouched. Instead, she lost everything. And Eric, he thought he could betray me and win. Instead, he ended up with nothing. Betrayal hurts. But the best revenge? Success. I didn't get even. I got better. Thank you for listening to my story. If this made you think, or if you've ever faced betrayal, hit that subscribe button for more real-life stories that reveal the truth about love, loss, and revenge. Because at the end of the day, the strongest people aren't the ones who never fall, they're the ones who rise again.